those interested in what the finish looks like from being clamped down, no marring, no anything that I can tell that I had. These were all there, or those vertical lines were there, because if I marred it, it would be circular. It would look like a donut. So there's the slide again, pristine. I was thinking, you know, Loctite slash, originally I was thinking I'd have to have oil, and it would be a bit of a challenge to press, you know, press the sight in. But all things considered, again, this was, you know, talk about a, now I can't do it. Talk about a drop-in fit. Holy shit. That's just fucking amazing. That's what that is. That is amazing. Okay. So, now we get interesting. So, I will sync this. So, we know I'm centered because there's no way not to be. Which side did I have it in? I think I had it in this side. There it was. All right, so again, we're centered. I don't like that. If there's any exposure, that's where the damage will occur. All right, so we've got, and I'm also going to be rather paranoid about the sight until I bust out the brass. Until I bust out the brass punch. Until I bust out the brass punch. All right. So part of me was thinking, so I am going to try and reuse this. There's probably people out there going, no. And I'm not going to use this punch to drive it yet. My concern is getting it started. And I was considering starting it, but then you lose the ability to know where it is. And by that I mean right now you know exactly where it is. Brass. Very soft. So I've got it to a point that what I would like to try and do... Oh, I didn't even realize this was... I have this in this set as well. I have a set of punches that have a little ball on the end. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but that's what I'm going to try and tap right now. I've got space underneath the slide. Now here's where things get fun. In terms of effing up. So we know we're in, we know we're straight. Now it's a question of sinking it without marring things up. I'm sure there's no gunsmith that does this like this. So I'm going to go back to the one with the hole because, you know, it's same size, and the hole actually will allow me to hold on to seat. And we're going to go back to a harder metal. Back to steel. Still a little proud. I'm going to tap that in a little more. A couple more. Oh, so close. A tap or two. Looking to see how deep that is. A little bit to work with. All right, I feel good about that. So I'll show you. The ball sits in there. The punch sits in there. And I'm quite satisfied with that. So I will unwrap everything, and because that was a used roll pin, reused roll pin, I'm going to cold blue that so that it should match the sight. So we will be back shortly. This is what I would call semi-finished product. It's in there, it's not moving. The pin is sunk to the right level, and we have a little bit of visible, what I'll call silver pin top, silver roll pin top, due to the hammering metal on metal with, you know, a blued finish doesn't go well. And I'm sure there's somebody who's going to freak out on how I do this, because they're going to be like, oh dude, you never dip into the bluing solution. It's kind of like the Seinfeld episode, don't dig after the donut. So that's a one-time dip. New on new, and we should hopefully see that turn quite black. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Can't tell. So there is my uber black roll pin. That I will put some water on in a second after I finish thoroughly, satisfactorily covering it. All right, back in a minute. And I won't say this is the last thing I'm going to do, but I'm going to put a drop of oil on the sight, roll pin top, where I did the bluing, just because. And we will reassemble this. All right, I think that came out beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. No damage to the finish. It's perfectly centered because it has to be, based on how the pin went in. What a cool design. With any other sight work I've done, it's always the worry factor about how accurately centered one is. Probably helps if you have the frame. Project complete. Gold bead sight, gold bead front sight. Wonder what I did there. Whatever, it wasn't from me or tonight. Again, used That's what happens when you buy somebody else's stuff that has already done stuff to their stuff. That could just be carbon on the finish. But that sight looks beautiful, in my opinion. And it looks great through the rear. Easy pickup. But again, this front sight was so worn. Naturally, it doesn't want to come out. This front sight was, you know, it had seen its day. The tritium, I don't even know if the tritium still works, but the ability for me to pick it up with the white circle that should be around it has been long gone, and the gold bead has been something of desire for a long time. So I have to say my hat's off to Ed Brown, because I've purchased sights before that have not gone in easily, and this was a dream. Wow, what a piece of cake this one was. I probably shouldn't say that. I'll curse it, but that's in there. I mean, it's locked in. There's no reason for Loctite. There was no reason for oil. It went in, and it went in nice, and it looks, in my opinion, awesome. That is it for tonight, and the as of late sight work, front sight work, well, and some rear sight, but can't wait to bring this to the range and try it out with its new gold bead. Later, folks. Hello, YouTube. We're going to call this an end to the Ed Brown gold bead sight work. Took it out to the range this weekend with some other stuff, and actually shot this last. And the target that's up on screen probably right about now is one of these 3-inch splatters from Shoot and See. Love these things. And that was my first 10 shots with this gold bead. So I'm going to say good stuff. We are done.